In this video, we will explain how we can run the Petroex Outbound Job out of TMW. The Petroex Outbound Job is essentially a program that we run in order to produce a file of bills of ladings in the Petroex format. Uh, uh, Once the file is created, it's then forwarded onto the Petroex system and then onto the relevant exchange partner. So to run the Petroex job, the first thing we do is we go to the cockpit. It's shown here in transaction M data. I'm going to click on that, and then there is a button labeled TMW Outbound Job. Click on that. This screen shows the generic TMW program that is used to output from TMW various types of outputs. Petroex being one of those types of outputs. I have created a variant for Petroex. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to click on select variant. I've got this Petroex job variant, and now I will explain all the different parameters in this variant. In order to outbound BOLs in the Petroex format, the first thing we have to do is, for the implementation, pick 01. 01 essentially means bills of ladings. The second field, destination, that essentially represents the output type, which in this case is Petroex, as seen by the code PETR. I'm going to go on to talk about the outbound status. The outbound status, this tells what status to pull from the queue. Let me do the drop down to explain this a little bit further. So if a BOL is Petroex relevant, i.e. it's going to be sent in a Petroex file, initially it's going to start as having a status of 1. After it's sent, then it goes to 3, which means sent successfully. If there's an error during the transmission or the file creation, the outbound status is 2. For this reason, this program is going to pick up BOLs with outbound status 1 to 2. The simulate button essentially leaves the BOLs in the queue, so the file is created but the BOLs are left in the queue, i.e. the status is not made into 3 to close the outbound status. There's a field called update file tracking table. If you intend to run the program for real, we recommend that you check this box, and this creates a log of what file was sent, and we will show this log after we run this program. The next section is usually left blank. In this section you can restrict the BOLs that are going to be part of this Petroex file. But typically we run this wide open, i.e. we're going to pull every single BOL that is relevant for Petroex and send it or put it in a file. So therefore I'm going to leave it wide open, but in theory you can put a plant or you can restrict by some restrictions if you need to. The third section on this screen, source of data, you want to always pick both WIP and history, i.e. you want to pick work in process and history. The last section in this screen, which is the most important, this is the file specifications, or in other words, where does the system place the file after it's created. In this case, I have checked the create whip and create history file. And this is the whip directory, and this is the history directory. This is the directory on the server itself. You also have the option to create a local file if you want to just download the file to the local PC. This field here is the file name, so I'm going to give it a file name. I'm going to call it BOL test, okay, and the file extension. So with this, we have completed basically the parameters you would need to run the Petroex job. Just a quick recap: implementation 01, destination PETR, outbound status 1 and 2. You want to check the update file tracking table, and then you want to specify a place or a directory to place the file. So now I'm going to hit execute, and I'm going to run this program. And basically what this tells me, this is the result of running the program. We have found two BOLs that are Petroex relevant, and you can see the BOL number in this column here, and you can see the PIDEX company ID in this column, and the status it says transaction sent successfully, i.e. the transaction was placed in a file in this case. By the way, you can double click on any line here and you can view the actual bill of lading in TMW. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump to the server and I'm gonna show you the two files that the system this program created. So this is the remote session to the SAP server, and this is the interface directory. This is the out, and you can see this is the file we just placed in this directory here. So this is the latest Petroex file. If I open it, typical Petroex file, the A and the B records, okay, and also it's going to create an archive file. If I double click on the archive file, this is the archive file. Typically the Petroex job appends the date and time, or the timestamp, to the file name. Okay, so and now after this file gets created, there have to be another process that's gonna pick this file up, maybe an FTP process, and actually send it to the Petroex system and then onto the exchange partner. So the when you run the Petroex job, it simply places the file in a directory in the specific format. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the. We went over this update file tracking table. This essentially creates a log, and again you can view this log by going back to the cockpit. There's a file tracking report. If you click on that, I'm gonna specify today's date. Hit execute, and basically today we have sent that many outbound Petroex files. This is the latest one we sent. As you can see, the destination is Petroex, the file is outbound, this is the whip directory, and this is the archive directory. And this concludes the video.